Hi, this is Todd Forsyth at RSC. We're going to be taking a look at MicroView tablet and the Floorwalk part of the application today. Floorwalk, the use case for Floorwalk is when facilities management or space planning departments want to confirm the accuracy of their occupancy or equipment location data or room attribute data. They send folks to physically look at where those folks are located, and this is a part of the application that's intended to make the job of those folks a little bit easier. So we're going to take a quick look at the Floorwalk panel form part of the MicroView tablet application. All of our Floorwalks are organized according to names. We're going to choose the demonstration Floorwalk. You can have as many sites or buildings as part of a Floorwalk as you wish. We're going to choose to do our Floorwalk for the Market Street site, for the headquarters building, and then we're going to start on the 17th floor. And it'll pull up a map for the 17th floor. And before we go much further, so one of the real strengths of MicroView tablet is its ability to work offline, so we're going to do that at this point. I'm going to, if I can pull things up from the bottom of the screen here, turn off the Wi-Fi connection for this iPad. Pull the map back to where it was, and we're going to start here in room 101. Need to double tap that. And it shows some information here on the column on the left about the occupancy, room attribute information, and equipment. So there's several people sitting in this room, no equipment, and some attributes for the room. Obviously, one of the most valuable things you're doing with a Floorwalk is finding out who physically sits in the space. So in this case, we've got 6 people showing as physically sitting in the space, but if our physical inspection of that space reveals that there are only 4 of those people that are still there, we can remove some of those folks that aren't sitting there from the space. So if we decide that Francis Zachariah and Mary Doolittle are not in fact sitting in the space, we'll go ahead and mark them as removed. It's real easy to put them back. You just click the unremove link. There's probably 6 desks in here, and there's 2 more people sitting in here now. So we're going to add the new folks that we found back. An easy way to do that is to look them up by last name in the database. We'll find some folks with an L last name. We're going to say Eric Leonard is sitting there. You can also update information about that person's other attributes. We're not going to do that here. Sorry, click update. And it will show Eric Leonard is being added to the room. Another common use case is that you'll run across people that aren't actually in the database of names that you have. Maybe they're brand new folks that haven't been registered as they should have been yet. So we can't look them up, so we're going to have to add them. Let's say I'm that person that's sitting there that's new. So we're going to create a provisional ID for me. And we're also going to enter as much information about me as we know, so that when the person comes to find or create this user ID later, they'll have all the information they need to do it. Mr. Todd Forsyth, and we'll say that this person is a contractor. That might help the folks that are reading the Floorwalk data later on to figure out, where they should find me. So you can see that we now have 6 people shown as sitting in the room, 4 people that were originally there, and 2 people that we've added, a new person and somebody from the employee database, and then we've removed 2 others. Okay, so we've done what we can for occupancy in that room. We may want to edit the room parameters, the room attributes. User can choose which room attributes they see and edit as part of a Floorwalk. We're going to assume that I've looked at this room and decided that it should be in the office category and type, so we're going to find that right there. And we're going to pick a matching room standard. There we go. Update that. Okay, so we're offline at the moment, but you can see that we're successfully saving our data. And if you look at another room, sorry, double tap that as well, you can see that this room has different data in it. We can go back to the room that we were just editing and see that that edited data is still there. Great. Probably time to go back online now. So really the theory here is that we've walked the entire floor and we've done this for each of the rooms. Before we move on to the next floor, we probably want to sync those changes back to the network. So we reconnect to the network and sync the changes back. So I'm going to shrink the screen up here and sync the changes. It's going to give us two choices here. One of them is that we'll be allowed to post those changes to the server, which means that I won't be able to see them anymore, but that the server will be able to see these changes and reflect them as part of this Floorwalk. But we can also click cancel here, and although the working data will be synced back to the database, we will be allowed to continue to edit those changes later if we come back to the 17th floor. So I'm going to click cancel so I can continue to save the changes. And it's going to perform a synchronization to get those changes back into the database, the draft version of the changes. It's done that. So now we're ready to move on to the 18th floor to do a little more editing. So we're going to move on to the 18th floor. And again, it's noticing that we've got some changes in there that haven't been saved yet. So we're on to the 18th floor. This floor has quite a bit more equipment on it than the 17th floor does. I'm going to show you another way to pick a room here from the list. And you can see that this room has a piece of equipment, lots of zeros and a 1. Let's say that we want to remove the piece of equipment that's there and add a new one. We can do that right here. I'm going to choose an equipment ID I don't believe is in there, so I'm going to call it T. I'm going to call that good. Serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to say the equipment standard for this guy is an IBM PS2 model PS2. And we're going to say that the division and department that PC is associated with is going to be facilities planning. Status of the equipment is in service and its condition is good. Comments, we're going to say old PC still in use. Have added a new piece of equipment here. We're going to go ahead and remove the existing piece of equipment that was already here. We'll do that by clicking on this link here, asking us if we really want to. And now we've added a new piece of equipment in and removed the existing piece of equipment that was there and isn't anymore. So now we've shown examples of how to use the Floorwalk application in MicroView tablet to do Floorwalks for occupancy, room characteristics and attributes, and equipment. And this concludes this demonstration.